Mike Wisnowski in car number 23 leads a 46-car field to the line here at the Twin Ring Motegi circuit in Japan. One of our special events, a lot of extra drivers here this weekend. As they go into turn number 1, and it's 4 wide right behind the leaders. As they try and settle that out, Wisnowski's going to slot ahead of the 14 and keep the lead. But look at this, 3 wide right behind them. That's Jerry Guerrera in the number 71 to the outside line. Jake Borinsky in the 303, the 32 of Tony Green, and Tony Tavares to the inside line. Tavares is going to wisely back out. As you can see, a nice establishing shot of the racetrack. Borinsky's going to crowd the 71 of Guerra to the outside line, as he's going to try and keep the lead. Tony Green with a challenge to the inside line. Looks like he's not going to be able to get it done. Borinsky, one of the one-off drivers here this weekend. He's an Ontario native, and he's driving a car that you can't miss this weekend. It's been turning a lot of heads on pit road, mostly away from the car. Aiden Shepard, car number 14. He's passed Mike Wisnowski to the inside line, as Shepard is going to take the lead and lead this lap. Now, Shepard has not had a good season. He's not doing especially well in the points, and he's not had a top 10 yet. Today could be the first time this year he gets a top 10 as he finds himself out front, though it is still early. This is a 70-lap event, and it's only lap 2. A lot of strong competitors out front, including a couple underdogs like Shepard. We mentioned Tavares, Borinsky, a couple of drivers up front. There's Tony Tavares in car number 69. He's having a good qualifying effort today and doing very well up front. He's in the top 10. Oh, Ali Nelson's going to get into him. He collects Guerra. And he's going to slide back up on track, and it's a huge wreck on the back straightaway. Caution's out, the first one of the day. Joseph Ernesto sliding. Oh, man, it's a stack-up. Justin Carter in the 85, he's smoking pretty heavily. A lot of damaged race cars on a lap 3 melee. And you saw that happen up front. Let's take a look at what happened to Justin Carter, who was one of your championship favorites early on. Oh, Duncan just does not get on the brake in time. And that's going to put the 85 machine out of the race. A lot of damage. We're on board with Spencer Fullerton. Look at how he avoids this one. Car still left of him. Oh man, that was an excellent maneuver by Spencer Fullerton to weave his way through that one. One more angle from afar. You see, it looks like Nelson just got loose and got into the 69 of Tavares, and Tavares just had no control, wiped out a lot of cars. But that wasn't all. Near the back, there's Alex Han in the number 40, driver out of China, making his first start. Turns Eugene DeMax, the Korean driver, one of the regular season competitors, and I'm not sure what that was about. I think they might have gotten into each other during the wreck, and maybe Han felt DeMax could have done a better job. Either way, they try and settle it out. Pit stops under caution. The leaders pit. The top 3 stayed out, and leading the race is Angel Navarro. And just to show that this is an international sport, driver out of Mexico, driving a Toyota with an American flag on the side. So Angel Navarro leading some of his first laps in the HARC series. Now, another one of those one-off drivers. He's only here from Motegi, as he looks to put on a show for these drivers and fans out there. And it looks like the 14 has dove down to pit road as Basinger makes that pass for second. What happened here? Looks like Aiden Shepard. Trying to figure out what happened. It looks like he's got a tire rub on the number 14. Well, no, we're actually getting a report. He's got a tire down. Jeffrey Finguy, who is pitted behind him, he has the tire rub. Finguy involved in that wreck. In fact, another driver with problems, Tristan Wilhoit in the number 16. Reporting that he hit the rev limiter, and that engine's basically cooked. No power on the number 16. He's going to limp it back to pit road, and that would be terminal for him today. He would not get back out on track for the rest of it. As you see, there's Jeffrey Finguy in the number 92, servicing that tire that went down, the tire rub that caused it. Such a shame for Tristan Wilhoit, hoping to get a good run for the Denali here in Motegi. He's going to be out early. Joseph Onesto, car number 62. He's got the number 40 of Alex Hahn right behind him, and Hahn's not looking to make too many friends today. As Onesto goes around, that would be the second caution of the race. This is Joseph Onesto's first time in the series since his full season run on the HARC Can-Am Tour. Finished fairly well in the top half of the field, but didn't come back for the full schedule this year. Carl Ndumian leads the race after the leaders go down pit road. And Ndumian trying to get some solid finishes this season. Endumian's been fairly quiet at times, a couple of solid runs, but also a little bit of controversy at times. Got into some drivers at Watkins Glen, most notably, earlier in the year. But Endumian hoping to get a victory for car number 1. He's been in the victory lane before. He's hoping to do it again. He's holding off Sebastian Torres in the number 68. He's got a good run. How about Zachary Fitzwater Sr.? It's a Colombian and an Austrian. Englishman out front. Another Australian in 4th and an American in 5th place. Just to show you the international nature of this event. Endumian is going to hang on to it. Speaking of, only one Japanese driver in the field for this event, and it's Mifune Sanjuro in car number 6. Currently, he's running 26th place on track. He's hoping for a good showing at the home track. 2 wins this year, having a very impressive run in his first full-time effort for the William Duncan-owned team. So Sanjuro having a good showing today, hoping for a little bit better though, as he tries to work his way through the field. Jeffrey Finguy, car number 92. He's in a battle with Tony Green in the number 32. He gets bumped by him. He's going to collect the number 44 of Jim Gambit. He's around. Both of the Greens involved. Gambit spinning in front of the rest of the field, and this is the second time this year that Jeffrey Finguy is going to be involved in a parking lot on the back straightaway. Oh, and we have some cars flipped over as well. What has happened here? Let's take a look from our helicopter cam. So there you see Jim Gambit. He's minding his own business. Tony Green catches the 92 of Finguy too quickly. The green spin. Then Gambit's going to collect a lot of drives. Oh, hard hit for AJ Green after Little John gets into the door. And look at this. Everyone's just stopped on racetrack. There's Eugene DeMax on his side, and Jim Gambit goes for a roll. And a lot of cars would go out in this one. Some of these drivers made some heavy contact. Oh, and looks like they stacked up again. That's Mitchell Carter, William Duncan, Jerry Guerra, and Mifune Sanjuro in the number 6. Here's on board with Angel Navarro. We talked about some close calls. Yikes! Navarro just barely got tapped there by the 44. Good effort getting through that one. Here's another angle. This is focusing on the 71 of Guerra. See the greens hit the wall hard, and ooh, heavy contact for the 55. And yeah, they just all stacked in on this one. Nowhere to go. At least 4 lanes on the racetrack were blocked. And those 2 cars spinning on the inside line, that could have been even more. Yeah, it looks like Sanjuro took a page out of the William Duncan School of Driving and got into Guerra and Carter. Yeah, that one. Here's another angle. Our far shot, just so you can get the scope of this wreck. How big it was, and just it's hard. Like, you know, a lot of smoke on the back straightaway. You can't really pull down to the inside lane because there were cars wrecking down there too. Coming to the green flag, Carl Endumian had the pit. That puts Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the number 59 out front. Fitzwater's had some good runs this year. He's hoping for a solid effort here in Motegi. Max Anderson behind him in the 43. He's been a driver that's been able to get a couple top 10s throughout the year. He's usually running around that 10th place position. Torres hoping for something solid today. How about James Shelley in number 12? He said he was very confident with his car today. He feels he's got a winning piece underneath him. And Shelley quite good in the HARC series, so if he says it, I would be careful. That's a quick Lumina underneath him. But Fitzwater out front. Carl Endumian pits again. They're reporting a loose wheel on car number 1, and I don't think Endumian's going to be too happy about that. Endumian is a driver who hates it when people make mistakes, and looks like his pit crew made a huge blunder this time around. They'll have to tighten that lug nut. Max Anderson, the number 43, battling for the race lead. Anderson's been one of those drivers, not been making the headlines this year, but he's been up there trying to get some solid runs throughout the year. A little bit of help from James Shelley. Drag race down the front straightaway. Does not get by Fitzwater yet, but Shelley's going to force it 3 wide into turn 1. Shelley backs out of it. Anderson still to the inside line. That would theoretically be the preferred line for him. Lap traffic in the form of Endumian up front. They might catch him. That could affect how this race goes. Anderson with more help from James Shelley. Shelley's got a good piece underneath him and he's giving him a push. How about the number 900 of Tyler Faber? Oh, looks like a car on the wall. Looks like it was Allie Nelson. Nelson keeps it going. Shelley unable to get there. Fitzwater with the crossover as Anderson led the lap. Can the Wins machine get underneath the 43 and reclaim the lead? Several drivers in this mix. They're catching up to Endymion closer and closer. Endymion, he's not one to really let you go by. He's very stubborn when he's on track. Anderson out front. Fitzwater trying to catch him. Makes a move to the inside line. Doesn't quite work. Anderson's going to try and pull ahead a little bit. Couple laps later, here comes the 43. He sees the lap car of Carl Endymion trying to get by. He's going to try and use him as a pick to get by the 59 of Fitzwater. Fitzwater is going to get a huge surge going through the corner. 3 wide with the lap car, and he takes the race lead. What a move by Zachary Fitzwater Sr. I didn't think he was going to get it done. That looked like he was going to get trapped behind car number 1, but he's actually going to take the race lead. Anderson trying to get underneath the number 1 as well, as drivers trying to get by Carl Endymion. Endymion's got, doesn't have fresh tires. All he did was tighten the lug nut, so he's about on par with everyone else. Fitzwater out front, but Anderson's trying again, and look who's up there right now. William Brock in the number 4. He was fairly confident this weekend as well. But Anderson to the inside line. Probably some of the best performances we've seen out of Max Anderson this year as he battles out front in the RTS machine. He's going to steal the lead to the inside line, but William Brock is going to back the 59 going through the corner. Fitzwater's got a good run. The 43 car hasn't quite cleared him yet. Anderson got the lap lead. But here comes William Brock. Is he going to try and make a challenge? The 43 having a hard time on entry. Fitzwater really gets the drop on him over there, and he's been one of the few drivers to make that outside line really, really work. Endymion hanging in there. He's hoping for a caution so that he can try and get by these leaders and get back on the lead lap. Fitzwater, with a little bit of help from Brock, is going to edge ahead going into turn number 3. Anderson looking down low. Such a great battle out front between these two drivers. Side by side, drag race to the line. That goes to Fitzwater, but from that angle, it was pretty close. Endymion's trying to get into the fight. As Brock, I think he feels that 59 car is quick, and he wants to follow him. He'll finally slot ahead of car number 43, and Fitzwater finds himself back in the lead definitively for now. There's Damir Baizhiyenov in car number 13, and this is technically his home track. He's from Kazakhstan, and this is the closest we get to Kazakhstan distance-wise, which is amazing to think about it, since they have almost the entire continent of Asia between them. But Baizhiyenov is having a great season. He's currently up there in the standings, and he's trying to track down DJ Kurtis for the points lead. So it could be a good day as he finds himself up there in the top 10, currently scored 8th, and battling for position with the pole sitter. Up near the front, the 59 of Fitzwater sees lap traffic. It's Jake Berinsky in the number 303. Now if he can just keep his vision intact as he tries to get by the number 303. And oh, the 43 of Anderson is going to get shreked as Berinsky chooses the outside line, and Anderson's going to be stuck behind him. Brock gets by, Shelley gets by. I believe another car looking underneath him. That's Baskinger in the number 10, who is having a pretty solid effort in the number 10. But Fitzwater going to keep the lead. Brock to second. Anderson's going to lose a couple spots. Here comes William Brock in car number 4. He's trying to use Tony Tavolares in the number 69 to peek by the 59. Will it work? Oh, it's going to be close to the line, but yes, he gets it done. He gets it done with a little bit of help from the 12, and William Brock out front in car number 4. Made his debut in the Can-Am Tour last season. Did not have a good year. Came close at Oswego, but just problems all year long. Didn't finish well in points. A lot of bad luck. They call him Bad Luck Brock, but right now, he's out front. Aiden Shepard in number 14. He's 3 wide with Faber and Tavolares. Tavolares is clipped by Angel Navarro, and look at that save! The caution is out for it, but I think the flagman expected him to wreck. Shepard, an excellent save for the driver, the number 14. Great job by him, but actually, that wouldn't be the most exciting thing this caution. The number 30 of Bill Littlejohn and AJ Green, the 55, are having a battle for position all lap long. These two have been battling for a couple laps now. A lot of intense racing between the two. They're not running particularly well on track. Both of them are damaged from that wreck. They actually both got into each other in that incident. But they are racing back to the caution. And it looks like Bill Littlejohn to the inside line. He's going to come to the line and just edge him out to it. Good battle between the two. And what's he doing? Oh no! AJ Green has wrecked Bill Littlejohn into corner number 1. That was a hard hit. He hit that critical 13 to 14 degree angle, which is not good on the drivers. And it looks like the 30 is still driving, but that car has terminal damage. And I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, they did get into each other during the wreck, but that wasn't really anything that Bill did wrong. He just got spun into the 55. They were racing hard. Maybe some emotions have run amok. Yeah, he just turns right down into him. Sends him into the wall, and looks like he's going to scoot away here, passing a couple of drivers on track. Littlejohn, this is the last race for him on the International Tour. Next race is at the home track for that team in Calgary, so he will have a chance to finally get back into his own equipment and put the foreign tour to bed. William Brock leads in car number 4. So we mentioned, bad luck Brock has had a lot of hardships in this series. Not having the best year as well. Not doing as bad as last year though. He's been improving, but hasn't really been the big story. But he's got a couple of real tough competitors around him. Max Anderson's going to make a pass underneath James Shelley in the number 12. And he's going to take second place away. 13 car is working his way up through the field as they are a couple wide behind them. This will allow Brock to pull away. We mentioned Damir Baizhiyenov, and he's got a good piece underneath him today. Look at this move. He's going to go around the outside of Max Anderson and then immediately cut to the inside of the number 12 of James Shelley and just rocket up to second place. He was about 5th on that restart. So he's going to have a good run this lap as he tries to chase down William Brock in the number 4 machine. A couple cars battling behind them. Big gaggle cars up front. Here comes Damir Baizhiyenov in the number 13. Pass for the lead. Can he hang on to it? These two have gotten away from the rest of the field a bit. A little bit distant between them and Shelley, but a lot of draft here that could result in you catching up. Ooh, that was so close. So close. Too close to call. As car number 4, William Brock, is going to make that outside line work. And he'll hang on to the lead. Looks like we got to report that the 13 did lead that lap. But the 4 was able to hang on to it. Good showing by him. The number 12 of Shelley's going to make a run on the number 13. He nearly turns him. They save it. And what's this? They didn't lose any time. They actually gained a bit on the number 4. And the 13 car is trying to go for a pass. Unbelievable. A lot of dicey racing here today. And it's just been insane to watch. A lot of top competitors up front. As Brock out front right now, the 13 trying to the inside line to get it done. Not going to be able to make the corner stick. Driver's having a hard time with the inside line. At the beginning of the race, the inside line was the preferred line, but I think as the race has gone on, that outside line has been one of the places to be. Driver's a little bit more stable out there now. Mike Wisnowski re-enters the mix. He got the pole, dropped back a couple positions, and now finds himself up there, ready to try and battle for the win. He got the win earlier this year at Oulton Park on the road course. He'd like to get a speedway victory as well. As the driver of the number 23 looks to the inside of James Shelley. He's making a charge. We've seen a couple drivers make charges, but Brock has been leading for a good portion in the late stages of this event, and we are under 10 laps to go. So time is running out for these drivers. They have to try and get up there quick. They have any hope of unseating the number 4 of William Brock, and Wisnowski is going to lose some momentum in the inside line. Shelley, great run on the outside lane. And Baizhiyenov is going to go to the inside as well. We have to do a quick spotlight on Luka Obrovac in the number 78 machine for Hamilton Autosport. Last start of the season. He did very well here in 2014. But this is the last stop on the tour for Obrovac. If he did well enough, he'll be invited back for the finale. But it's been kind of lackluster so far. Kip Pitt is going to be in the car at Calgary. He's a Calgary native. He owns the Little John's team. And then after Calgary, Shrimp and Grits will run the rest of the races until the finale, where they'll determine who did the best of their drivers this year. We'll see who will be in that final race. James Shelley, car number 12, is going to pit from second place. We've got a report. He's out of fuel. Shelley, with only 3 laps to go, is going to have to make a pit stop for fuel, and he wouldn't be the only one. More drivers would pit the lap after. That's Max Anderson, Allie Nelson, and Tyler Faber in the number 900. They just stretched it too long. It's been a while since we had a caution. Long green flag run. Another driver going to pit from second is Zachary Fitzwater. We thought he had a shot to win it, but a lot of these drivers up front were pushing it real hard. I think they burned up too much of their fuel. The question is, will William Brock have enough to make it to the end? He's got a huge lead, and we only have 1 lap to go. William Brock, the DeWalt machine. He was out front. He wasn't in the draft, so he was not saving too much. But he didn't really start off the run with a huge push. Will he be able to make it? Lap traffic's gonna split him and Wisnowski. A huge lead for Bad Luck Brock. Well, maybe we shouldn't call him Bad Luck Brock anymore. How about first win William, as William Brock is gonna win here at the Twin Ring Motegi. Excellent showing for car number 4. Took the lead at around the halfway point and just dominated to the finish. Great job for the number 4, some excellent driving on his behalf, and finally Brock ends up in victory lane. Only took a season and a half to do it. Good job for him, as he's gonna head back to victory lane and celebrate with the crew. Man, I'm just so happy for this guy. It's always great to see a first-time winner. William Brock was your winner. Mike Wisnowski got the pole, finished second. Not a bad day. Baizhiyenov in 3rd place, followed by the 10 of Baskinger, who was pretty quiet today but stayed up front. The number 9 of Zayden Davidson, great performance for him. John Gambit, didn't talk about him, but he finished his 6th, followed by Sebastian Torres. Angel Navarro, highest placing one-off driver, and the only one that really performed well today. The 81 of Caden Van Evenhoven in the top 10. And how about Spencer Fullerton? Had that huge wreck of points early on. He rounds out the top 10.